Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I thought you guys would like to know Chuck Norris's view on the Jade Helm 15 exercises. Yeah? Alright, let's look into it. Alright, most of this article is pretty lame. He went to I apologize for half of it, but he does these school drives and stuff in Texas. And, they're doing Kickstarters for karate and stuff like that. And Governor Abbott was there, and he was talking and everything. And then basically everybody brought up the subject of Jade Helm. Obviously not there because it would be inappropriate, but basically Chuck Norris, in his own words, said, "I laughed at some progressives in the mainstream media tried to mock Governor Abbott for telling Texas State Guard to monitor the Pentagon's Jade Helm 15 military ops occurring this summer. If you haven't heard," and he goes into it, we know about that. Official website release from March 24 admits, while multi-state training exercises such as these are not unique to the military, the size and scope of Jade Helm sets this one apart. And he said, basically, he wrote, Gerald Betty, that is the Texas Governor Abbott, wrote Betty, which he did. And he talked about that. I'm not going to repeat the things that I've already said in previous videos because that would just be pointless at this point. Okay, so anyways, he goes on and he says, "Concerns Texans and Americans are in no way calling into question our brave and courageous men and women in uniform. They are merely following orders. What's under question are those who are pulling the strings at the top of Jade Helm." This is Chuck Norris talking, folks. I can't do a good Chuck Norris, so you're going to have to imagine it in your head. And he basically says those pulling the strings in Washington. The U.S. government says it's just a training exercise. But I'm not sure the term "just" has any reference to reality when the government uses it. Oh, ho, ho. Chuck Norris is calling them out. "Well, I'm not trusting what we're being told. An affordable antique store owner and real estate agent in a very small town of Smithsville, Texas, where some Jade Helm 15 exercises will take place," he added. "I think something a little more involved than they're telling us." Okay, cool. I'm not trying to cut away anything, but, it is what it is, folks. And he basically says, whatever Jade Helm 15 actually is Chuck Norris again, I think it is more than coincidental that the FBI director just confessed in February that the presence of ISIS can be felt in all 50 states of the U.S., and that the Pentagon is suddenly running its biggest military training exercise with every branch of the military across the southwestern states. Whether deterrence, display of power, or something more covert or devious, it's not come any patronizing nonsense of impotence or simplicity when its origin is in Washington. I'm glad Texas Senator Ted Cruz, sorry folks, Ted Cruz is asking tough questions in the Pentagon about Jade Helm, particularly because the exercise come too near to my ranch's back door as well. At least according to the map, it's pretty sad and bad when major military ops are ordered in a large, fiery state like Texas, and not even a governor nor senators know its specifics. Know about its specifics. And he basically said, as a friend, a law-abiding and loyal retired California Highway Patrol officer, I'm not sure that Chuck Norris is saying this again. I think it's somebody else. But he says, quoting President Reagan, "Trust and verify." And he says basically that nobody is trusting this because, to be honest, folks, nobody knows anything about it. He says you can't trust what you don't know about. And he says, we must never check our brains or blindly trust, especially the government. Rather, we must fight until our dying breath for liberty, especially when it appears those in power are trying to knock down old glory. So, and down here, like I always say, you can always get the URL from here when I do. That's why I don't really post them. But here you can actually sign up for Chuck Norris's commentaries in your email. So Chuck Norris has entered the fight in Jade Helm, folks. And this is coming down to the wire, folks. There's nothing good about this, folks. I don't care what part of it you're looking into. There is more questions every single day. If I was every single senator in those states, I would walk into the office of the commanding authority of Jade Helm and I'd shut them down. Be done. Don't need police, just the state senators and, those guys. That's it. Shut it down. Say, hey, we can't have this. Sorry. Bye. I know they can't, but hey.